What's up, guys? It's me, BP Ben Peters. As you guys know from a previous video, I am a real estate investor, and I want to show you, part of my YouTube channel is to show you the successes, the failures of my business, all that good stuff. I want to show you, I just bought a Quadplex in South St. Paul, and it might be my worst decision ever. But with a few tips and tricks, it actually might be one of my best investments ever. So I'm gonna show you guys in that video why I think it's gonna be super successful, why other real estate investors might have been scared of it. So without further ado, let's get to the video, let's go. So here we are at the Quadplex. It's in South St. Paul, Minnesota. Built in the 1920s, so it's definitely an older building. But the reason I brought my wife and kid here is because this is what it's all about. Building a real estate portfolio, building a legacy. My goal is to have all my kids, as soon as they turn 18, they inherit one of these properties. So let's talk about the numbers on this property. Let's talk about why it might potentially be my worst investment ever. Let's go. So here we are in the basement of the property, okay? We're getting real, we're getting raw. This is legit what it is. All right, so coming over here, a lot of real estate investors get scared by this. If you look, it's the old school fuses. The entire building is old school fuses. What this does is increase your insurance costs. To insure this building, because of those old school fuses, the likelihood of fire is a whole lot higher, the likelihood of burnout is a whole lot higher, so your insurance company will sometimes triple or quadruple your insurance rate. So a lot of investors get scared of that. But I look at it as I bought this property at a really good price, and I'll go over the numbers with you guys here in just a second, but I bought it at a really good price, so I'm factoring in a 20 grand to replace that. And so a lot of investors are scared of repairs. I'm not scared of repairs. All right, so here's the second reason why a lot of investors were scared of this place. Take a look at this. What is this? This is what's called a gravity furnace. It is original to the building. So this was built in 1920. This is a 90-year-old furnace, almost, no, 100-year-old furnace. It's still clicking though. And most investors take a look at this and think, oh, I'm gonna have to replace the furnace. Oh, it's gonna be really costly, all this kind of stuff. Guys, when I bought this property, I still got an inspection. The inspector said, hey, this furnace is actually in really good condition as long as you maintenance it at least every year. And yes, the cost per month is a lot higher, but the great thing about this particular property, all the utilities are split. And so all my tenants are paying for their own utilities. So yes, it might cost a little bit more on a monthly basis, but I'm not taking that cost on as an investor. I'm passing that cost along to my tenants. So that's the second reason why a lot of investors were scared of this property. So here we are in the unit itself. The great thing about this Quadplex, when I walked through it, all my major things were done. Cullen can show you a little bit of B-roll here, but literally brand new windows throughout the property, fairly updated kitchens, bathrooms, that type of stuff. Not super updated, but fairly updated. This is the great thing. When I walked through the property, I looked at the rents. All the rents were severely under market value. They're paying about $700 a month. Now, I looked at one bedrooms in this neighborhood, they're all $950. So I saw that there was potential, but this is the other really cool thing about this particular property. This front room was just being used as a living space. I just put up a wall, put a door on it. It's now an extra bedroom. And 2 bedrooms in this neighborhood are getting $1,250. So I'm going from $700 per month with this particular property. Once I put up a wall in each individual unit, I can now rent that out for $1,250, almost doubling, very close to doubling what I was getting in rent. So there's the Quadplex behind me. As you can see, it's not the Taj Mahal, it's not anything like that. It's probably a C-class property, but my goal is to break this down, make it nice and easy for you guys. Now, let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about what the numbers currently are, and as it sits, it's my worst performing property. But once we get everything up to market value, we make the improvements on this, I'll show you how this might be my best investment ever. Let's check it out. So now you guys have seen the property. Let's break down the numbers. I'm gonna jump to my computer screen here, okay? All right, as I'm sharing this, you guys can see this. All right, so purchase price, I purchased this Quadplex for $385,000, okay? As it currently sits, as I told you in there, I am getting 725 to 750 in rent. Unit 1, 725, Unit 2, 750, Unit 3, 750. Currently, Unit 4 is vacant. I bought it with a vacant unit, and that's why I put up the wall. But so as you can see, total coming in every month, $2,225. As it currently sits, my payment is $2,015. So I am only cash flowing with this current investment, with a vacant unit, with below market rents. I'm only cash flowing $210 per month. Now, if you take a look at, my down payment, $96,000, a little over $96,000, and that electrical issue in the basement, like we talked about, that's going to be about $20,000 for me to bring that up to code, bring it into today so that I'm not getting charged an arm and a leg for insurance. My total investment is $116,000 on this particular property. Now, at a cash flow of $210, if you extrapolate that over a year, guys, that's our ROI, a cash on cash return on investment of only 2%. Okay. Any real estate investor who's getting a cash on cash return of 2%, they're not making a lot of money. So as the deal currently sits, yes, it is my worst performing asset by far. But I want to show you guys this. Okay. This is the current market as it currently sits. So if I got all the units up to market value as it currently sits with doing no upgrades or anything like that, every unit, I think I could get about $950 a unit because they're all mirror images of each other. Okay. That would be $3,800 per month again. And at a payment of $2,015, my cash flow would be $1,785. And again, at a down payment and assuming I'm going to update the electrical, that's an 18% return on investment. Now we're starting to talk, okay, hey, this is a pretty good investment, cash on cash return on investment. We're not talking cap rate, we're not talking anything else. I just like talking cash on cash because I want to buy assets with my cash. What am I going to get cash out year one? Okay. Then we're not even talking about tax benefits, all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's jump back into it. Future. So this is if I put up a wall in each individual unit. I'm being very conservative. I think I could get $1,200, maybe even $1,300, but let's just be on the conservative side. Let's say I get $1,195 for all 4 units once I put up a wall and create every 1 bedroom into a 2 bedroom. At that point, I am bringing in a gross $4,780. And again, at that payment, my payment doesn't change, $2,015. My cash flow per month is going to be $2,765. That's basically 30 grand a year once you extrapolate that over a year. Okay, if you look at the down payment and the electrical invested, yeah, there'd be a little bit more invested by putting up the walls, but putting up walls is relatively cheap. My ROA, my cash on cash return on investment is 28%. Guys, imagine if you could go into the stock market and in 1 year get back 28%. There's not a lot, and that's not including tax benefits. That's not including depreciation. That's not including appreciation of the asset. Real estate can really open up doors for you in your life. And again, I showed you guys my wife, my child. This is what I'm doing it for. I am building an empire so I can pass it along to my kids. Hopefully I teach my kids how to use it and use it well and how to continue growing it so they can pass it on to their kids. It's all about building your legacy. And so my question to you guys is, do you think this is doable? I know big numbers might scare people, but anybody can invest in real estate. Absolutely anybody can invest in real estate. I've talked about other videos, how I got my start in real estate. I'll link it for you right here if you haven't watched that video. But what if you started building your legacy right now? So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I can make real estate a little bit more approachable. And I hope you get to see you guys on my next video. Stay vertical, guys. See ya.